look good. Alright, actually let me give y'all a little fit check. Alright guys, what's going on? Your boy is back with another video. I just wanted to kind of talk about, have like this moment, I guess, between just us, where it's like, you know, I'm just talking to the camera and I'm talking about what's going on. What's the date today? So it's a Friday on July 25th. I go back to school in August on around the 23rd. As the summer is kind of coming more to an end, I kind of wanted to look back on the things that I've done. I guess see how far I've come, just kind of talk about that. For my junior year of college, it was just probably one of the worst times of my life. Do you guys like ever remember like your first love? Your first love, they really like have an impact on your life. I had gotten out of a breakup, as a lot of people do. I was going through like a major identity crisis. I didn't know who I was. I felt like I was a failure. It caused me to do really bad in school. I would do self-documenting videos where I would just like go on Snapchat and just start recording myself just talking to the camera, because I was never really good at like writing stuff down. So I would just record a video, and that way I could just see like the raw emotion coming from me to the camera, where there's just no one watching those videos. I literally just look like I'm going crazy. Like I don't know who I am. Every single one of those videos I would talk about like what is up with me? What is going on with me? I would cry to the camera. I would fucking yell at the camera. I did that for about a couple months, and every time I look back at old videos of myself, I can see myself gradually growing in some certain type of way, or I guess not growing but changing, and I wasn't sure if that was a good thing or not. I felt so separated. You know, I started to kind of see that like it's okay to be a kid sometimes, but like it's not okay to be a kid in most realistic situations. You have to be grown, you know, you have to make sure your thoughts are straight. That was something I didn't have when I was leaving for college. The school semesters were super difficult. I just started to become such a lackluster kind of being. But now I'm like, you know, I think one of the biggest things that I learned over the course of these past couple months was just how important self-value and self-love is. I thought it would be easy, you know? Felt like I already did that, but I never did. Or I guess I did, but I always cared for others way too much over myself, and I never knew until I let people go. In the end, it really just hurt me the most. I became extremely dependent on other people and how they acted, and wanted to be like them. I feel like I never had this kind of self-realization where I know who I am. I feel like I'm the most me in this very moment. I just didn't know where to go. I felt like I wasn't close with my family. I felt like I wasn't close with friends. I felt like I didn't have any real friends. I made it a pact within myself to just get closer with family, hang out with my brothers all the time now, and you know, I feel like we're the closest that we've ever been. I felt like I was so closed off when I was growing up, and I never opened up to my family. Where I was going into the summer still with this same mentality of being stuck on old friends, or being stuck on like an ex of mine, or when none of that stuff matters. I remember I used to think that I never gave enough, but in reality, like, you know, there's nothing wrong with me, you know, like, you know, ever since I found a new passion for myself, which was sewing, and it's kind of unlocked past passions that have always stuck with me, such as like, you know, creating videos and talking to a camera when no one really cared. You know, being able to put myself out there the most, having new ambitions and goals. I feel like if I looked at myself in the past, I'd be like, dude, like, what are you doing? Another thing I've learned is maintaining boundaries with people that I let into my life, and finding the right friends and the right close circle. When you're by yourself, it can be hard, but you know, that is where I feel like the most growth happens. If I'm doing anything other than working on something like a video, I just feel like I'm slacking off. And now all I want to do is just maintain the schedule of uploading every Monday. I feel like the moment that I miss an upload is the moment that I just didn't try, or I didn't put in all that I could. I've been kind of running out of video ideas. The channel should just be plugged into myself. Like, who am I? You know, I want to be able to create an audience that just appreciates the kind of person that I am, because this is me. This is all you're getting, like, right here. And going back to school and classes and kind of getting back into that schedule. You know, it's been kind of scary, because I felt like I was just gonna not do good again. When I was doing that in school, I made the excuse that I'm just taking time for myself just to reflect. It's okay to do that, but I didn't have any structure going for me, you know? I just winged it the entire time. And so now, when I have the structure, I feel more confident going back. And I'm hoping, of course, to keep focusing on the YouTube channel as well. School will have to come first, that's a fact. I'm not just here to share my story. I want to be able to inspire others, and I want to be able to kind of give my input on my life, because I feel like in my certain situation I've been through the bottom, you know? Everyone goes through a different situation, but I feel like all situations kind of interlink into, you know, a couple of things, which are self-improvement and your boundaries and being able to have professional goals that you want to achieve so then you can thrive in life. You know, I feel like at the end of the day, like, money is money, but if I'm making money and I'm not happy, then I don't know what I'm doing with my life, and I don't ever want to go into that path. Having plans set out for the next 5 years of my life, knowing what I want to do, and I feel like gives me some sort of happiness. Everyone's situation is so different, and it's harder for, you know, so many people in the world in different ways. I don't think anyone should ever make excuses for why they're doing bad in their situation. That was another thing that I learned, is that, like, I'm tired of making excuses for myself. Guys, pretty much all I'm saying is just live life to the fullest that you can. Me right now, I would say, like, don't get distracted by girls. I feel like girls are a major distraction. I used to be so into the search of finding a girl in my life, you know, finding a girl for some sort of dynamic or something. I had to sacrifice, you know, the most important things in my life so then I can be able to make my girlfriend happy. But in reality, I think that you should have all your shit straight. Become the best version of yourself that you can be. And God will literally send the most fine girl into your life with all the check boxes that you have and expectations, because I think that the girl that I want to have in my life and the girl that I want to date in the future, I want them to have the same expectations that I have. It doesn't have to be like picture perfect, but you know, like, there are certain boundaries that I would like to keep and maintain, and also want the other person to have the same boundaries. I'm not trying to beat myself down and change myself, even though I've come so far in order to make some other girl happy. People can come and go anytime in your life, and the person that you have with you at all times is either your family, God, or yourself. If you're okay with being with yourself and being alone with yourself, that's when you are the most ready to come into a relationship. I've been dating for a lot of my life, but like every girl, they just came with a new version of myself. It's important to make sure that I give myself the time to be alone. I still got goals in mind that I want to accomplish, and I'm not trying to let anything get in the way of that. Achieve everything that I can so that one day I can provide all the things that my family needs and my family wants. Everything has to be done for you. Like, I know, like, it seems selfish, but it's important to be selfish sometimes, especially in certain scenarios when you got nothing else to lean on but yourself. I don't ever want to be back in the situation that I was. I've just come too far a long way to throw it away. I don't want to waste whatever I've been working on. I feel like I want to do this more often, where I'm just talking to the camera about something as a form of therapy, you know. Every single day, I don't think I'm ever not learning something new about myself. If anyone out there is struggling with something in their life, just know that you're gonna get through it. Make sure that you stay focused on yourself and your self-improvement, especially for those heartbroken, lonely people out there. You know, we got so much worth in our lives. Like, what's the point in chasing something that's not worth as much as you know? Yeah, that's the end of the video, guys, and I hope you got to know a little bit more about who I am and where I come from. I feel like I keep on talking about the past a lot, but you know, like, sometimes you just gotta reflect on the past all the time, because you gotta remember where you came from, bro. You gotta remember when you were at the bottom and now you're like moving up. Remember, like, just where you were, so that you never get to that point ever again in your life. But anyways, that's gonna be the end of the video. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Right now, it is November 24th. I think the thing that's going on in my life right now is probably finding out who I am. There's no saving my GPA, bro. It's gone. It's over. Fucking him. I didn't fail. I didn't fucking fail. I'm thinking, like, I just need to think about it. If he really cared about me, I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know what the people are trying to convince me that I should keep trying, keep going. I wanna give up so bad. Breakup tore me down. I did not stop running. I feel so fucking great, bro. Bro, I just kept on pushing myself. I said, fuck it, go. Like, I wanted to stop so many times. That I was just like, just keep fucking going. Just keep going. I'm so proud of myself because I didn't fucking stop. And I just, they like taught me a lesson about real fucking life, about how I think my schedule is so much, it's too much. My schedule's too much, bro. If I could do this fucking run, I could do my fucking schedule. If I could do my fucking schedule, then I could do this fucking run. And I'll finish the fucking run. And now I know I can finish my fucking schedule, bro.